Boom! And we're live and I'm on the wrong camera. At least I remember to unmute. Hang on, let me get on the right camera. Welcome aboard, everyone, and happy whatever day it is. Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Joining me on the stream tonight in full glorious 1080p, we have the one, the only Kid Bash Carnage, the one, the only Tasmanian Devil, Scott, and from Scotland, he's very softly spoken, he's a very nice gentleman, the one, the only Meow, Pascal. Welcome, everyone. And as usual, we are streaming in full glorious 1080p to the Rumble, to the Twitch, to the X, the formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Welcome aboard, everyone. How many we've got in at the start? We've got 17 people joining us at the start. I'm going to go around the tables and everyone's going to tell us what they're on with tonight. And forgive my lack of shaving as well, because I had a lazy morning. Let me go around and biggity big everyone up. Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
Got to tell you, Scott's getting over was it pneumonia?
No. Just a very bad flu. There you go.
Very bad flu. So it's a little bit coffee, just like me. But I haven't been as ill as Scott, that's for sure. He's been knocked out the past couple of weeks. What are you going to be doing, Scott?
I'm watching.
I'm just watching. That's fine.
I don't know. I'll do something to the M10. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah, Scott's been building an M10. What brand was the M10, mate? Scale?
To me, 135.
135 M10.
That one.
He showed me some rubber tracks in the green room, and I think they've cheaped out on that, really, just doing rubber tracks on it.
Well, to me, and other companies do that regularly.
Do they?
These are the rubber tracks you get with the kit. And with them being rubber, when you put them on, they don't sit properly.
I think they've got to up their game of Tamiya as well. Now we've seen like the stuff that Mini Art are bringing out, and they certainly wouldn't put rubber tracks in any of their kits. I'm sure of that.
Well, that's why there's an aftermarket thing for tracks and so forth.
Yeah.
You can get metal ones and plastic ones.
You're in Australia, Scott. You should be able to get your hands on the model casting ones quite easily. The last time the model casting track links. The last time I went model casting, the last time I went looking, the only place that had them was BNA World. Model World.
Yeah, they've got all sorts of aftermarket tracks for tanks and whatnot there.
Yep.
So,
Awesome, Scott. I'm going to head over to Panzer. Well, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Panzer Cat, and he's Devil's Metal.
Yeah, I soldered these just before the stream started, so I'm just cleaning up the soldering. Where you put a fold into something like that, I always like to drop it on the desk. It could be worse. I could have dropped it on the floor, and just to solder the folds a little bit. So I've added a little bit of soldering.
For any new viewers out there, the Devil's Metal is what we call photo etch, and I despise the stuff with a passion reserved for paedophiles.
It comes on a fret like that. There you go. Here's one I have assembled earlier.
It's got the anti-pingage coating on it as well.
It has. Well, there's a little trick. Some of them come with plastic on both sides. You peel the plastic off the bottom side. Then when you're cutting it off the off the fret, you cut through the plastic sheet. Therefore, avoids it going little bits going ping, and you then avoid you having to be on your hands and knees.
Just looking at that bit in the top left-hand corner, how the hell are you going to get that off without breaking it?
That bit, I'm trying to remember what this is for. This is from an ASU 85. This little tiny piece.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there's a little trick to that. The trick is that I know what that's for, and I can create that from brass wire. Because it's actually in the real vehicle, it's got a round profile. So all I'll do is just cut this out from brass rod, solder it up, and then connect it.
Oh, you chicken shit! I can't believe that.
It's smoking mirror. It's like editing or building on YouTube when you're doing a YouTube video. We are now going to do some painting of the interior, and you see them dipping the brush into the pot and going towards the model, and then it cuts to I'm just finishing off painting the inside of it because
See, every time I get a model kit with photo etch in it, I just put the photo etch aside because I know I'm just going to make a mess of it.
It's just getting used to it. I mean, when you look at some of the photo etch sets that come in kits these days, there's 3 or 4 frets.
Yeah.
Other frets are, kits. Well, I remember when they first started, and photo etch, that was the size of the fret that you got. Tiny little bit with maybe half a dozen pieces on it.
Yeah.
And that's how they started out. I remember my first set that came that wasn't a fret this size and thought, wow, this is a big set. That was back in the day when they were £2-3 a sheet.
Okay, Panzer, so tell us about the vehicle that you're building.
I'm continuing to push it or pad around on my little furry paws on the Accurate Armour Ferret 1/35 scale, the 2 Mark 6. So I got the interior finished on Sunday night on Connie's stream, and tonight I'm going to carry on a little bit more and see if I can't get the turret finished before I have to disappear and join Phil and do the Quiz of the Week stream.
And that looks like it's not that horrible recycled plastic.
Yeah, it's grey resin. Yeah.
Right.
This
Awesome.
is a garage produced resin kit.
But it doesn't look like resin either.
Well, they went from the horrible pea greeny coloured resin to grey, which is what all the modelers prefer anyway.
Right.
And it's a nice resin that shows up the detail quite well, and it allows
Which glue are you using to put that together, mate?
I am cheating. I am using the one and the only Loctite.
Yeah, thought as much.
Super glue.
It is just the best thing to use with resin, as far as I'm concerned.
It does. It has a habit of grabbing it like the proverbial to the blanket, unless you've got some mold release agent, in which case it doesn't like it, which is one of the reasons when I finished assembling this kit into the 3 major assemblies, which is the lower hull, the upper hull, and the turret, they will all go down and get dunked in a bath of warm soapy water and given a vigorous cleaning with a child's toothbrush.
Yeah, one of the things I've only ever done one resin kit, and it was a 1:15 Stug. I forget which brand it was now, but it was huge and it weighed an absolute ton.
I'm going to say Verlinden.
That's what it was, Verlinden. And it must have been about 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
And the one thing I found when I was super gluing it was if I'd done anything wrong, it was dead easy to break the joint.
Yeah.
And I'd just gently tap it or gently twist it, and it would, because the super glue's so brittle and it doesn't actually sink into the resin, it came away quite easily. And trust me, I made a lot of mistakes on that. I basically put it together, painted it really quickly, and then stuck it on eBay because I just did not like it.
Yes, the first mistake you made with that was buying it. It was a Verlinden kit, and
Man,
I
it was
remember
so expensive as well. I think how much did it pay?
They weren't cheap.
Ridiculous, like €500.
Yeah, they weren't cheap at the time either. And I do remember that somebody went around with 2 of the individual track links around in their pocket, and they would challenge anybody who was a model maker to work out how they joined.
Yeah.
And they butt joined, and they were not. They'd looked totally wrong.
Well, I just expected a resin kit to be more detailed than a normal plastic kit, and it wasn't. It wasn't anywhere near. But that's in the days pre-3D printing, so things must have improved by now. Yeah. Right, I am going to go to. Thank you for that, Panzer.
You're welcome.
I am going to go to a Master Kit Bash Carnage. Good to have you with us, Kit Bash. Welcome aboard, mate.
How's things?
Really good. So that's got to be Warhammer.
Yeah, this is a Chaos Terminator squad that I kit bashed, and I'm just trying to finish painting up. So, just got some tentacles and stuff that I do put in there to give it that bit more of a unique look. And then there's this guy here, so I gave him like a mutated fist.
So for new viewers who are watching this is Warhammer, but it's his own take on them. Basically, he'll just take a figure and make it his own just by adding stuff from maybe other kits, or if whatever's in his mind, he will make it out of milliput or or whatever to make individual stylized characters. They're just brilliant. I love this stuff, mate.
That's a big guy I'm working on. I have to finish him, but he'll take a while yet. Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Awesome. We'll keep an eye on everybody's benches as we go along tonight. I've got to start welcoming people because we've got 25, 26 watching across all the platforms. Welcome aboard, everyone. That's the Rumble, the Twitch, the X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We're going for a minimum of an hour tonight. It probably will be bang on the hour because I know Panzer has his own show coming up at 7:30 tonight. I'll say a big hi to everyone in chat. Joining us first off, we have David Martin. As always, thank you, David, for joining us, mate. I really do appreciate it. MPG as well. Just a kind of thumbs up. We've got Dominique joining us also. Hey, Dominique, welcome aboard, mate. Atol's joined us. Who else we got? Stevie T's in the building. Hey, Stevie T, welcome aboard, mate. I missed anyone out? Let me scroll up. No, I haven't missed anyone out. And Stevie T's got a question. If it's okay, of course it's okay. Questions are more than welcome. He uses a large cardboard box as a spray booth, which is badly lit. Considering buying a spray booth from Amazon, but are they worth 100 quid? Nope. No, they're not.
Nope.
Not one little bit, mate. What I would do is either make your cardboard box bigger, maybe there's a more powerful fan on it. I mean, if you're going to spend 100 quid, in my view, you may as well spend 100 quid on some separate lights that you can use for other stuff like filming or whatever, and not necessarily attached to it or detachable from your cardboard box. There's nothing wrong with a cardboard box.
The beauty of a cardboard box is you can use it again. You can recycle it. You can buy another cardboard, or you can get another cardboard box. All you want is something that extracts the dust.
Yeah.
You can buy little computer fans and little extractor hoses that connect onto the back of the fan, and you can
little 12 volt.
use it to vent out. Yep.
And you can put as many of them on as you want. That's the great thing about when you're buying separate parts to make stuff yourself. As makers, we're used to that, you know. The 12 volt big, I think they're about 6-inch ones that you get on the side of like bespoke computer things. They're about £5, if not cheaper. And then just a 12 volt transformer, you hook them up to that, boom, you're done. You've got your exhaust and a little bit of that silver pipe if you need it to go somewhere else. Me, I've never used a spray booth in my life because, well, if I've got big spraying to do, I'll just go outside and do it. But usually I'm just sat here. Whether that's good advice or not, I don't know.
It also depends. It depends on what sort of paint you're actually using. Most common garden paints, like if you're spraying the halo, what you're actually trying to do is protect yourself from the dust. It's only some hot paints. I'm just trying to see because earlier today I had a thing on my there it is, an extractor kit for that's the sort of thing you're looking for. You can see that. That's it. A little fan with a hose on it. That's all you really need.
That's not right, is it? 499 quid.
It says no. That's the printer. The price of this is 25 quid. But even then, that's you're paying above you're actually paying for a brand name, and that's just for a filter and a pipe.
Yeah.
You can buy the component parts cheaper, but that's the sort of thing you want to fit into the back of your cardboard box. Good
point with the filter though. That is something I'd consider. I mean, if you're in your house, then you really want to filter it. You don't want to. You've got other people out. But if you're in your shed, I mean, realistically, I could just put a hole in the side of my shed and put a pipe to it.
Yeah. All you're doing is you're trying to protect yourself from. You can't use an extractor as the window doesn't open.
Yeah, but that kit that Panzer just showed you that has filters on it, so you wouldn't need.
It just is a fan that it basically sucks any dust that you have or any fumes and extracts it out or brings it out. But using a cardboard box, you're basically catching the dust. It's only if you're using really hot paints like where the hell have we got? Where are they hiding? Good goodness grief! If you're using something like Mr. Surfacer, any of the primers. Or the hot paints like where are the damn things hiding? You get this. This is what happens. I've got that much stuff, and I've just dropped something. Just something's just fallen off. Oh, what's it got? There we go. The lacquer paints from Tamiya. Or
You
Tamiya.
definitely need an extraction with them.
You definitely need an extractor with that, because the fumes off of this is you're guaranteed to be high as a kite. And it's not very good for you long term.
No. Absolutely strip your lungs. You'll have a cough for weeks if you use it without an extractor.
Yeah. Tamiya acrylics, again, depending on what you're thinning them with. If you're using the Mr. Colour thinner or the Mr. Colour self-leveling thinner, you really want something that extracts the fumes out of the house or out of the area that you're working on. You've also got to bear in mind, have you got any pets? Cats, dogs, goldfish, budgerigars, parakeets, or small children.
I mean, don't take my advice on not using a box. I've never used a box, and it's past my lungs are past caring about it, to be honest. But if I'd have known about the dangers of the chemicals, both in the acrylics and in the lacquers, I certainly would have started using a box, decades ago, without a doubt.
Yeah, but for the likes of catching dust, all you want is a box, and you can use that. It's the fumes from the high, the volatile lacquers, the lacquer paints.
Plastic Alchemist has joined us. Welcome aboard, Plastic Alchemist.
Yes, I'll say hello to all the viewers.
Right.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah, Steve. I mean, I know so many people that use cardboard boxes that have made their own, just use computer fans and buy a few extra LED lights off of wherever, Temu or AliExpress or what's the other one, eBay. But I think Temu is the cheapest for everything at the moment. Everyone's like going, wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend Temu for anything electronic or electrical.
I'll still not use Temu, mate. I'll stick to my AliExpress.
Yeah.
Okay, it takes a bit longer with the delivery, but I've never been let down by AliExpress, not once.
That's where I got the
Nuno, that's Plastic Alchemist. Hey, Nuno. Atol saying hi, Nuno.
Mm-hmm.
I'm addicted to Temu.
But Steve, don't get us wrong. If you've got plenty of money, if you're loaded, spend the £100.
Yep.
You don't have to faff around.
I mean, I originally got my one for free because it was from a university research place that was changing their setup, and I managed to acquire one that was activated carbon and had activated carbon filters on the top, and it was quite an impressive little thing. The problem was that latterly it became expensive to
activated carbon.
Yeah,
were you farting in the thing or something?
Yeah, it was a scientific extractor booth. It wasn't designed for, or it wasn't meant for painting.
But that's what they use for odor eaters and stuff like that.
Yeah, activated charcoal. That's the word I was looking for. But it became increasingly hard to get the filters because they were stopped being manufactured about 20 years ago. In fact, the last time that I bought filters, I had to buy them from the US, and I struggled. So that's why I bought a new spray booth about 4 years ago.
I just thought, Panzer, what a great trick to pay on someone. You could get your spray booth, attach some of that flexible AC pipe to it, pipe it across to the neighbours, and just fart your spray. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
Well, my next door neighbour, when he's out cutting his grass, this is the third floor of the building that I live in, and he goes outside and he cuts his grass. Now, there's only one window on that side of the building, and it's actually the window of the dead. And I'm sure he stops underneath the window and he drops one. He drops his guts. And one of these days, I'm going to do it back to him through the spray booth and give him that laugh. See how he likes it.
Hey, we're a bunch of losers. Right. I'm going to do the... Oh, I didn't do me, did I? Let's get back to it. Let's go me. Where am I?
You're there.
There we go. Right. People have been following the absolutely brilliant 124 Airfix Mark 9C will know that I've been experimenting with different ways of getting my panel lines better than I've done them before. And I'm completely impressed. I'll just quickly mention it again. I've been using a Gundam marker. The only thing it could have done with being a bit thinner for the lines, but I'm totally blown away with it. Saved me a lot of time. As you can see there, it's looking great. It's brought everything out, all the panel lines, all the rivets, just spot on. There's a few that I've sprayed. I mean, this is sprayed grey now, the medium grey that the Spitfire was. Well, that's what the instructions tell me to paint it, but there's been some different people with different opinions about the colour of the underside of this. But I'm sticking with the medium grey. That's what it says in the instructions. That's what it's going to be. I think it's come out really well. What I'm going to do for the next hour or so is redot, because the now let me try and show you this. Is it going to focus? The actual rivets on there are very shallow, so I'm going to redot those with my pokey stick, and then do the same thing with the Gundam marker with the black, and then overspray them with medium sea grey. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I can't recommend this Spitfire kit from Airfix enough. I think it is actually the best kit they've ever brought out. With the experience that I've got so far with the Airfix, I've built everything. I mean, some say the Sea King is the best one so far. The 148, it was 148 Sea King that they brought out recently, wasn't it, Panzer?
Yeah. Yeah, that was, yes.
And I know a couple of people have built that, and they released the Fairy Gannet recently, and a couple of people have built that, and they're just singing so many high praises of what Airfix are doing right now. I did mention in the video released on Sunday that everything they've done since 2000, it's just been improvement after improvement after improvement after improvement. And as an Englishman, that makes me so proud. A great British company doing good things now. Prior to that, I think they lost their way, but now they are fully getting into it. Mind you, they had to. With companies like Mini Art bringing out exquisite kits. You just can't. I think they are the. Would I be right in saying that Mini Art are the market leader as far as quality goes right now, Panzer?
Yeah, a lot of people rave about Mini Art tank kits. My problem with Mini Art is that I bought some of those kits early on.
Right.
And the plastic was very brittle. And you even looked at it the wrong way, it would break into a dozen pieces on the fret before you got the clippers anywhere near it. But they've recently changed it. Well, a few years ago, they changed their plastic.
Right. Okay. I mean, I wish I could give an opinion on Mini Art, but I've not done any of their kits because it's not my scale. As you know, I like the big scale stuff, 124, 118, 116.
You like dots as well.
You what, mate?
You like doing dots as well.
Those days are gone. That was just an experiment. I did that for my friends. Yeah, I mean, I spent maybe 20 years doing 135, 148. But as I've got older, my eyes have got worse. It's just a lot easier for me to do the larger scale stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got the 148 Gannet up there sitting on my shelf. And I've got some other 148s up there coming, because I'm gonna have another go at it, because, well, they're just nice kits. I mean, I can't wait to do the 124 FW190 from Trumpeter. I know it's an awful kit. I know there's no detail on it, but it will go with the rest of my 124 stuff. Because one thing's for sure, I am not paying 250 quid for the 124 Airfix one, the old vintage jobby that they're asking for on eBay at the moment. That's just ridiculous. And plus, you never know, Airfix might re-release that one. I go spend 250 quid on eBay the following week. Oh, Airfix have announced they're re-releasing the 124 FW190. And I'm going to look like an idiot more than I normally do. And Plastic Alchemist says, yeah, the Gannet was the latest one. Stevie T says he has a Mini Art kit, 1919 Omnibus. That's a great kit. My mate Jeff built that, and his build of it, Jeff Donahue, on his channel, It just did an exquisite build of it. But the amount of parts in it, it'll remain in my stash for years, I think. It is a lovely model, though, Steve. It really is. Got lots of people saying hello. I'm trying to do all of the chat. I just flash up all the hellos. Oh, there we go. And that's chat cut up with. I can get back to dotting this now. One of them I've already marked out with the Gundam marker. I can have a search in a minute, see if they do Gundam marker.
Your microphone there, Terry's occasionally muffles itself.
Because I keep on moving away from it, and every time I knock it, it disconnects the USB. Right. Apologies. Yeah, I'm going to see if they do these Gundam markers in a finer point. I think this is a 1 mil on this, so I'm hoping they will do it. In fact, I'm going to go search for it now. In fact, there's probably millions of these pens out there. Let me see. Pen. Oh, there's loads of different manufacturers.
Yeah, they're all manufactured by the same company with different logos on them.
What's this? Panaline accent pen. No, that's just a scraper. I can make one of them myself. Ah, they do them in different sizes. No, that's different colours. GM01. Is that it? You know, I still think the best way to go at this is with those technical drawing pens. I think it was you that mentioned them, Panzer.
Edding pens. Right.
Is it Edding or Rotol?
I have Edding. Wait a minute. There we go. I have Edding pens on my bench in a variety of colours.
Edding. Oh, it's Draftman's pens, isn't it?
Yeah. Edding 1800 Profi pen.
Those are refillable, aren't
they? No, but they're that cheap you don't need to worry about refilling them. And they last you for years. I've been using these for about 30 years now.
I'm pretty sure I've still got one somewhere, you know, from when I used to do
technical drawing.
That's even a word. Have a look in the old pen drawer. Oh, I've still got the ink. Aha! Aha! Come on. Where are you? Oh, got the black, the red.
Aha!
Where's aha? Is that you?
But has he got the holographic ink? He desperately needs to get holographic ink, Scott.
But I have still got the
What about the stroppy ink
that came with the set? Right. It was Rotring, R-O-T-R-I-N-G. Because I've still got the ink. But the pen has long gone. We're talking 40 years ago since I last used these. Let me see now. Rotring. Oh, this would be great if they still do these. Oh, and they do. Get in there. Oh, a set of those are coming my way right now.
I was going to say he's about to go click add to basket.
Oh, wow, wee, wow. Rotring. There it is. That's the set.
So I think a technical drafting expression. That
Rotring. It's called Rotring Isograph Technical Drawing Pens. So, $24.99. Buy it now. You are mine, puppies. Where's my password for PayPal? Here we go. Boom. Right. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Hang on. 40 years old and it's still got the ink hasn't dried out.
Steve T is asking you to share the link for those pens.
I don't know if they're going to work yet, so don't give me a second. I need to put my security code in. Let me just get them on and I'll post the link. PayPal. Oh. Thing is, I've never logged in on PayPal on this computer, so I've got to put everything in. That is the only way I pay for stuff, by the way. It's the safest way I found of paying for anything, because if you don't get your stuff, they give you your money back. Complete purchase. Oh, look at that. Thank you for using PayPal. Love it. Okay, let's go back to the item. Copy. Where's StreamYard gone? There it is. That should be it, but don't go buying them yet. I'm going to test them out as soon as they arrive, see if they work. I'm hoping they're the thinnest one will do the job. Did that link work? Let me just go to my...
Yes, it's. I'm seeing it appearing in the chat.
Yeah, there we go. And that's dirt cheap. I wonder where the pens went, though. I don't remember kicking them out.
You probably used them to scratch build something.
Probably.
They look the right size for pitot tubes. I'll have them. Ding.
Get rid of that. Athol says favourite pens are the best, Terry and Stevie T. I'll look into that, Athol. I mean, I'll try these technical drawing ones, and if they don't do the job, then I'll look into getting some Fabers. Also tonight, thoughts going out to our Lindsay, who's just recovering from cancer treatment. Got to mention that. Always in my thoughts, Lindsay. And also Lord Peter Webster, who's been under the weather for a little while. I hope you both get better soon, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's get back to my dotting. Where's my pokey stick gone?
stand up and sit down quickly. You'll find your poking stick then.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Oh, good, take this.
Our atoll is a mine of great modelling information. One of the things about the channel, everyone learns something new every day. Me most of all, because I just suck up all the information that I get from people like Panzer, Kit Bash, Scott, all the guys who join me on the panel. I pick up stuff from all over the place. And I really do thank you guys for joining me, because my channel wouldn't be what it is without you. I'm getting all teary-eyed now.
Oh.
Oh, somebody give him a hug.
We are going for the hour on this stream because, as I mentioned before, Panzer has his own stream coming up later on tonight. Please post as many links as you want for your show tonight, Panzer.
Funny you should say that. Ding, there you go. I actually had it queued up. I had to go and get it while your intro was playing. I thought, oh, he'll ask me to post a link. So that's for full stream. Over
That's
prime
coming
time,
up at
8 o'clock on Primetime Modelling. Over on the infamous YouTubes at 8 p.m. British UK time. So where did that go? It is the quiz night this night. So in amongst all the usual shenanigans and low production values that Phil and I seem to excel at, there will be the public service announcement, the tip of the week gallery.
you do yourself an injustice, you know.
Oh no, it's the in joke. It's an in joke, believe me. We also have tonight's special gallery entry is from Joshy B, who has come back from his recent visit to the North Korean holiday camps. So he's posted some images.
I can't imagine what a North Korean holiday camp would be like.
Yes, it is part one of part two, because we were discussing it earlier today, and he's next. This is just the basic arrival and accommodation, the walk round. Next week, I believe it's going to be further activities, souvenirs, and things like that he's came across, and other views. Other views.
Athol McNichol says, I still have a full set of Faber pens that I bought 30 years ago when I worked in Holland for De Groot Construction and Fabrication. Nice one, mate. Candy Grandpa Monk, still one of the best names on the internet. Candy Grandpa Mongo just joined us, says, hi, Panzer, Terry, Kit Bash, Scott, Athol, and David. That's just the best internet name ever.
Yeah. Hi, Candy. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
What TV show was that from? Was that from Banana Splits?
What, Candy Grandpa Mongo?
Yeah.
It was from Blazing Saddles.
That's it.
Candy Grandpa Mongo. Candy
That's
Grandpa
it.
Mongo.
I knew it from somewhere. Oh, Blazing Saddles, still the funniest scene of any comedy ever was the bit around the campfire and they're all eating beans. David Markey says hello, Jeff. Athol says hi, Jeff. That's the chat caught up with. I'm just going to get back to my pokey sticking.
He's sticking things with his poke.
Now I need to get. Got to be really careful with this. It's so easy to go off where the dot is when the rivets are this shallow. And you know what it's like on the internet, guys. You get one rivet out of place and someone's always going to spot it. Bloody rivet counters.
Wait a minute. How many rivets, Terry, on the Stuka?
I think we hit about 6,000, didn't we?
And who was that was doing the counting of those rivets?
Oh, I'm sorry. God, I spent 2 weeks, 2 weeks solid. It must have been about 40, 50 hours of just dotting rivets.
And he complains about rivet counters.
Oh, mate, the Stuka was well worth it. I still got to get that video out as well. I've got the footage. I just need to edit it together, and I'll be putting that out this week at some point. The finished Stuka. Well, I say finished. It's as finished as I'm going to do it, because I know if I start putting any more weathering on it, I'm going to bloody ruin it. I still remember the very wise words of my old art teacher at school, even though I didn't continue to exam stage for art when I was in secondary school. One of the things he used to say is, you can never underdo something, but you can always overdo it.
Yes.
And it's something I've stuck with. He says, as he's redoing rivets. I take it all back.
And just got Fuel's Model Car Garages in. I'm trying to remember his first name now.
Hey, Brian!
That's it, Brian.
Welcome aboard, Brian, mate.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, Brian.
Oh, Brian, what shifts are you on this week? Because if you can make it in, I'll start sending you invites for the 6 o'clock. That's it, you see. That's why I remembered that name from Banana Splits. Great trivia, though, about the Banana Splits. Chongo, which sounded a lot like Mongo when it was yelled, was a recurring character on Danger Island, one of the shows on Banana Splits. Yep. One of my favourite shows when I was a kid, Banana Splits. Brilliant stuff.
La, 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 la.
Size of an elephant. Apologies if that was a little bit loud. Athol says hi, Brian.
Yeah, it was loud enough to be the size of an elephant.
Got Feels Model Garage. That's how Brian says. Been normal hours, just taking a break from everything. Okay, Brian. Brian's joining us from the United States of America, everybody.
Hey, Brian.
Cleaning up.
What day's the general election happening on?
Thursday. Which means by this time next week, we'll be back to normal news.
I'm going to be voting for the only party that's going to let me retire a little bit earlier, apparently.
That must be one of the independent parties then.
Well, I've had so many arguments with my wife. I love doing it just to wind her up, because she's a lifelong Labour voter. I keep on saying that I'm going to vote Reform because they'll let me retire a bit earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to divorce you if you vote for them. And I thought, great. Bye then.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, but the two things to bear in mind: that one, reform may let you retire a bit earlier, but if you divorce your wife, you'll have less money to spend in your retirement when you retire earlier.
How does that work?
I don't know, but that's what happens when you get divorced.
That's so unfair.
You're locked in the system.
Yep.
There's no escape.
You're not wrong. And if I was American, I'd vote Trump.
Well, funny you should say that. I was waiting for someone to bring that up. I was watching the news yesterday, and apparently the Supreme Court has said that the President of the United States is, what's the word I'm looking for? What was the phrase that they use now? He's immune for prosecution for certain things when he's in office. And I couldn't help thinking, gee, that gives the Democratic candidates an option here.
I mean, apart from the moral standpoint of paying a porno model, I don't see what that's got to do with politics.
It's all to do with the integrity of and the honesty of the person that they're electing. Remember, this person is representing the United States on a foreign stage.
But all politicians are dodgy.
Yes, this is true. Just look at Boris Johnson.
Oh my God!
Just take a look at Nigel Farage. Sorry, Farage.
Why did you say his name with the posh accent?
Because he doesn't like being called Farage. He likes Farage. And one of these days, someone's going to hit him with a car, and they're going to say to him, "I was just parking my car in the garage."
The retirement age in this country is ridiculous, though, Panzer. 67. They're just working you to your grave.
Well, the thing is that it's two things. One, the population, the age of the population increases, and but the birth rate is declining. So the kids of today who can't go onto the property ladder are having to pay for our retirement, and they don't like it. Well, they don't like working, period. But it's one of those things that the demands on the welfare system and retirement pension pots is greater now than it will ever be. Because all the boomers are retiring, and there's a hell of a lot more of them. But then 20 years ago, you look at what the population of the United Kingdom was, which was just under 60 million. I don't know what today's population level is, but it's about 80 million.
I don't know. Last time I looked at it, it was 65 million, but that was ages ago.
Yeah.
Right, that's done. Bet the chat's gone nuts. Brian says, yeah, Terry, I'm normally in bed when you do your Friday 6 p.m. thing. Yeah, no worries, mate. But as soon as, if I'm on and you want to come in, you can do. I can email you a link. It's not a worry. But hardly any point now. We've only got 10 minutes left on this show. Got fuel. Brian says hi, David Markey and Atoll. Atoll says that is none of them, Terry, as all say they are increasing the working age to 70. No, I read the you're gonna have a go at me now. I actually did my own research. I read the Reform Manifesto from top to bottom. Okay, there's some shit stuff in there, I'll admit that I can't agree with. But my overriding thought is I don't want to be working till I'm bloody 67. I don't. Obviously, I could take early retirement, but why? I paid for my pension all the way through my working life. I've never been on Social Security. I've worked since the age of 16. Well, actually, I started my working life at 15 and paying taxes and national insurance. Well, that's when it started, 16. So in there, in clear black and white, they will be reducing the retirement age to something in line with France, which I think France is, 62?
France is 62, but there's an increasing number of financial advisors to the French government that are saying that they need to raise their retirement age to be in line with about 67 to 68. Because again, their population, their elderly population is increasing, but their youth population is declining.
But the thing is, I'm 60 now, well, almost 60, and I'm feeling it, you know, when you've got to lift heavy stuff and things like that. And I'm sorry, I don't know another 60-year-old that looks forward to lifting, 50-kilo things all day or 30-kilo things all day. I don't, and I've got some bricklayer friends who are kind of around my age, and it's just when you've got to keep on working for another 7 years and you're struggling, because there's no two ways about it. You get to this kind of age, you start getting health problems and things like that, and you're forced to frigging work. Brian's just said, what kind of chemistry experiment is, I think he's referring to Kit Bash.
Yeah.
I'm just doing some epoxy resin. So
okay. Let's put you on
basically, this is a base, and then this guy's going to be coming out of a pool, kind of like a pool, and then I'll switch my lights on, and then it'll be like emerging from like a pool of dark, like, you know what I mean, some type of magical warm pool or something like that. But yeah. Hopefully the epoxy sets and doesn't mess up. This is my third time doing it, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, mate, thank you for that. That's answered Brian's question. Nah, Stevie, I'd love to vote reform, but just simply for the retirement thing. But, I can't. I've always voted Labour. I'll probably vote Labour again, but I'll have to do something about my own retirement. That's one of the things about America. You do your own retirement plan, your own pension scheme. Oh, we got Mike and Teresa joining us. Hey, guys, welcome aboard. That's Mike from smithspeeds.co.uk.
Hi, Teresa.
Welcome.
Right, where's the... no, it's right there. Right. Put you here, and put you there.
I'm just going to make sure Kit Bash has got... I gave you a blue spanner, didn't I, Kit Bash?
Oh, I don't know.
Pretty sure
I don't even know what that means.
It means you're a moderator. It means you can remove offensive.
All right.
No, basically, if you got a blue spanner, that's the only reason why I give people blue spanners, so they can advertise their own channel in the chat.
Well, my channel's Kit Bash Carnage. Give me a like, share, subscribe. I'm a cool guy.
Actually, when you put Kit Bash Carnage into the search on YouTube, you come up straight away because nobody else will call that.
Sweet, so I'm easy enough to find.
Yeah. 1 minute. Let me just bring up your latest one. It was this one. There it is. This one. That's
Are you going to drop a link, Panzer?
Yep.
Nice one.
I won't be able to drop a link because I'll have to do it because I'm using my phone. It'd be crazy for me to do it.
I used to drop the links myself all the time, but I can't be asked. If somebody wants subscribers, they can do it themselves. That's the deal.
Too right, man. Too right.
I'm assuming that's it. Let me just check, make sure. Or have I copied and pasted my own link?
But like I always say on this kind of stuff, if you're going to subscribe to one of the people on the panel or whatever, just take a look at the videos that are there, and if you like what you see, subscribe, give some thumbs up. If you're not into it, then don't, because it's utterly pointless subscribing to a channel where you're not going to watch the videos.
Exactly.
People will basically remove you anyway. But luckily, we've got a great community, and they do. Every now and again, they leave me a little thumbs up. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the little thumbs up. Sometimes, even after we're live, I'll leave a comment.
Yes, there we go. That's Kit Bash's latest video that I've put up. That was where he was doing something. I can't remember what it was. I've only just watched it as well.
God, I love you, Mike. Mike's just said Terry is now too old to be bothered. I am bothered. I'm bothered about getting this Spitfire finished because it's beautiful. I'm actually in love with an aircraft again. Do I love it more than the Stuka? Debatable, because I love my Stuka. In fact, because I can't do any more on my Spitty, I'm going to get my Stuka out because I love it. I'm going to play with my Stuka.
Yes, well, just remember that this is before the watershed. Oops. It's not.
No, you didn't just do that, you absolute dinger.
He's broken it.
Oh, Panzer.
He's broken it.
What did you make me get the Stuka out for?
I didn't. You did.
Oh, not fair.
He's broken it.
You
Told
will
you.
not believe what this idiot has just done.
What have you done?
I broke the aerial cable. But
Oh,
so at least I can repair it.
What did you use to make the aerial cable, may I ask?
A little bit of cotton.
Okay. Let me give you a little bit of advice.
Go on then.
You can... Oh, wait a minute. It's not, he's not catching. This is the problem. It's
Just
a
went
second.
twang.
What you need to do is get yourself some easy line.
Some what?
Some easy line. Wait a minute. Where is it? It's over here.
Peasy line.
Easy line. Easy line.
Oh, okay.
And what it is, it comes in a variety of different colours and shapes and flavours, is, let me get the black one out, it is elastic. And what you do is you glue it with a wee bit of super glue and it grabs very quickly and you can stretch it.
Oh, how cool is that?
Okay. It's square in profile or rectangular in profile, but when it's stretched, you don't really notice it's square.
Oh, I want some. Oh, you're making me spend money. I'm a Yorkshireman. Yorkshiremen are notorious skinflints.
I'm pretty sure the company I bought it from is in Yorkshire as well. But it's called Easy Line. The company is called Model Scenery Supplies.
Easy Line.
There we go. There's the email address there, or the website.
How are you spelling easy?
EZ.
E-Z-Y. Oh,
EZ. No, just no Y. Easy. EZ line.
Right, they don't do it on eBay, so I will have to go to that page.
Modelsupplies.co.uk.
I think I've used them before, you know.
Yep.
So would that be in Switzerland?
They might be, yes. They might be registered for VAT in Switzerland.
Surely can't be in the UK.
There was a well-known Scottish model retailer from Glasgow called the Argyll Model Dockyard. He was registered for VAT in Spain.
There we go. Search. Come on, where's the search? There we go. Easy Line. Easy. Oh, wow. I've not used these before, but look at the stuff.
He's getting excited.
I am. Oh, I love stuff like this. Oh, Ron would go bonkers. The amount of scenery stuff there for his Easy Line Black, yeah?
You can do it black, red, blue, green, rust, natural.
A few product. £7.10. Add to cart.
Please bear in mind that there's two different thicknesses. You want to go for the thicker of the two for the scale that you work in.
I just have to say that this channel doesn't pummel people for memberships or donations or anything, but I'm spending a lot of money tonight. No, all I want from people, if they enjoy the shows, if they enjoy what I'm doing, a little subscribe, which costs you nothing, and a thumbs up. That's, please, don't mind. Right, I'm going to add this to my cart. And go back down there. In fact, look at that beautiful plane. Hang on. There we go. Look at her. She's just beautiful. And I've got some tobacco on the nose to get off there.
Wait a second, I'll take myself off.
Hang on. So just
There you are. There you go.
Very nice.
she's beautiful. Oh. Just let me know if that sounds annoying.
I was going to say, I thought for a second, if I hadn't been for the fact I was looking at the screen, I would have said that somebody's got an electric toy out.
Right, I'm just going to. The Airfix Vintage Classic Stuka is easily the best model the most enjoyable model I've ever built. Just brilliant. Add to cart. Okay, right. Go to my cart. Why didn't it let me add? Right, okay. Our site uses cookies. Don't care. Add to cart. Come on, why won't you let me add to cart? Oh, that's because you've got to register first. How old-fashioned.
Now, you have bought the thicker size because they come in two different thicknesses.
Oh, hang on, man. Let me register first and I'll go back.
Yes.
Oh, we've gone over time. Okay, I'll keep on doing this. I'll keep on going until I've ordered this stuff. Oh, they do my brass rod as well. Easy line. Right, come on, easy line.
Yes. And David
Right,
Market wants
this is
to know.
10 MT, is that right?
That's 10 meters.
All right, okay. So how do you know what gauge it is?
Wait a second. Let me just.
It's got fine 0.25 millimeters and heavy 0.5.
That's the one you want, the heavy 0.5.
Do I?
Yes.
Why don't I want the 0.25?
Because when you stretch that out in your scale, it will be invisible.
Okay. Heavy. Add to cart. Jesus, I'm never going to use all that in a million years. Right. That's in my cart. Go to my cart.
You will find other uses for it.
Okay. Check out. Add it in. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. PayPal. Got any coupons?
I don't know.
Oh, Panzer. Place order. Dun, dun, dun. Log into PayPal. Paste. The things I do for the love of my hobby.
I know. Tell me about.
There we go. You've paid £9.85 Great British pounds to Model Scenery Supplies. Fantastic. Oh, Atol's had to go for his dinner. Okay, Atol, take care, mate.
Yeah, take care, Athol.
And we got to go because Panzer's got his show to do at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. We can go for another 10, 15 minutes, you know. I don't have to disappear out of here until past.
Okay, we'll keep on going then. We shall go till past. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I might actually go to bed, guys, so I'll leave you to it.
Scott, mate, thank you for joining me. I know you're poorly at the minute, but I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, can't help.
Oh, well, that's also like 0, so...
Go get warm and have a nice sleep, mate. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah,
No
you
worries.
take care, Scott.
See you,
See you,
Scott.
everyone. Bye.
See you, buddy.
We got Frank joining as well. Frank Holder. He says some weathering. Dirtying on that Stuka would finish it off well. I've got to tell you, Frank, weathering is not my strong point. Lighting them up, putting motors in, and doing a... You know, I said it earlier on in the stream. My old art teacher said, you can never underdo something, you can always overdo it. And to be honest, I love it just the way it is. I really do. And as we all know, as modelers, it's what pleases you that counts. If other people enjoy it on the internet, well, all well and good. But I'm happy with this. And I know it's got dirty great screws on it. There is an explanation for that when I do the actual final video for this. Let me just refocus that. In that, take that off of that. Go there. There we go. In that, I've done this so the cowl can be put on or taken off because it's got all the beautiful engine detail under there. And in this kit, you either have the cowl off to show the motor or on permanently. And I wanted it removable. Plus, there's a motor in there, obviously, for the engine. Let me put the engine on again. Come on. There we go. Whee! Absolutely love it. You know, and all the lights work. And have lights in that, and it's got cockpit lights in it as well. You'll see that on the video that I'm going to release of the final build.
But David Markey wants to know, what was the emergency stop method?
I think it was called a ground.
No, I think it was the mosquito that was the fingers, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I wish I could do this just, if I was going to weather it, I'd get somebody else to weather it. I know there's some people in the community that's so much better at it than me.
I was going to suggest that before you go, wait a second, we're just behind in the drawer here. You can buy these things, Terry. They're called weathering pencils.
Yeah, I've tried and I'm never happy. I've tried all sorts of weathering techniques, and I'm never happy with what I do to it.
And the beauty of weathering pencils is that they're water-based, so if you make a mess, you can just take it all off.
Really? What make
Yes.
are they? Are you going to make me spend some more money, you get?
These are AK. These are AK interactive weathering pencils. And I bought them a good few years ago, and I keep forgetting I've got them. And they come in a variety of different colours, light rust, dark rust, medium rust, rain and dust marks, there's smoke, there's streaking dirt, there's earth brown, there's concrete marks, there's sepia, smoke.
So do you wet them when you put them on, or just...
Yes, you can dry rub them on, or what you can do is you can just put a little bit of water on the end of the tip and apply it directly onto the model. I forgot something. And all you can do is, if you make a mess, you can just use water and a brush and take it off. They're water based. They can actually be picked off if you put when you let them dry. You can put a bit of masking tape over them, and they just lift right off. They're designed to enhance weathering, and then when you're happy with that, you put on a layer of varnish to seal them in.
Mike, Panzer, do they have blood colour?
I'm sure they do. It's in the deep red that they have in the red set, which I don't have because I bought these when they were individually when they first released them, and I never got around to buying any more of them. But I do.
Some time ago, I built a 124 Mosquito, and I'll never live it down. I fully motorized it, put all the servos in, made every flap that moves on the real thing move. The videos it's well documented. The videos are on my channel, and I wanted it. I wanted to try and make it fly, basically, knowing full well that it never would because it's far too heavy. But I kept on upgrading the motors on it until I got to such a stage that I fitted the biggest motors I possibly could with the most torque. And whilst testing it on a live stream, there's me live streaming, and I'm looking at the remote control, and I'm going 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and people are screaming in the chat. And that video is still up, by the way. It's moving. It's moving. You're gonna end up hurting yourself. And I'd weighted it down with some lead, a roll of lead plumber's solder. I didn't think it'd move. And anyway, I got to, I think it was 70% power, and it just flew off the shelf. And I made the stupid error of trying to catch it with my hands, and I ended up gashing my hands up. The blades went bone deep through my fingers, and it wasn't pleasant. And anyway, that was that. And the Mosquito is still up on the shelf there. Let me just, I don't know if you can see it. You can just see it behind the Spitfire that's up there. So she looks at me with complete disgust every time I walk past, because I've been meaning to get the final video of that out. I have taken it down a runway. I won't tell you the results, but I promise you, I will eventually get that video out when I get it edited. And my camera's gone nuts now. Let me just tighten my camera up.
The score is currently Mosquito 1, Fingers 0.
And it was a glorious kit. I mean, it cost me far too much money. It was the Airfix 124, and it was out of production at the time. And I think I paid 160 quid for it off of eBay when the original release price was, I think, about 100 quid. I can't remember what the original release price was back in 2010, but absolute glorious kit. I mean, it's had at least 4 different undercarriages put onto it, because testing it on the runway, it took its toll on the undercarriages, kept on snapping them off and hit a curb a few times. So, yeah, let's get out of here, guys. We're done. I'm going to thank Scott very much for joining me. Thank you, Scott, and have a nice sleep, mate. Panzer, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for letting me join in.
Expect more invites for these. Thank you, mate.
No worries at all. It was a pleasure.
And TBG's just said those kits now, the Mosquitoes, are going for 200 quid now. It would be so easy for Airfix to re-release that kit and give other people the same kind of joy I have building it. But that goes for a lot of Airfix kits. They've got a lot of classics. They've got a lot of good stuff that they need to re-release. They've also got some Munters, which they insist on keep on releasing. Anyway, thank you everyone on Rumble been watching us. Thank you everyone on Twitch. Thank you everyone on X, formerly Twitter. And everyone on Instagram. We lost you about 20 minutes ago on Instagram. They only let us stream for an hour. So if you are brand new to the channel, please think about giving us a subscribe. To all my friends joining me on the panel, that's all we ask. It's free to subscribe, and we are providing so many hours of content every week. I'm trying to stream every night from 6. On a Friday, we kick off at 10, so some of my American friends and Australian friends can join us. Right now, though, thanks for joining us. I'm back 6 o'clock tomorrow. Panzer, can you join me tomorrow?
I can indeed, yes.
Kit Bash?
Yes, I can indeed.
Excellent. You all have... And Candy Grandpa Mongo says, just as before we go, Thanks for the live stream. Take care, everyone. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate it. And if you can, please, after the stream is over, just try and leave a comment in the proper comments thing. Either a smile or a thumbs up, anything like that. You don't have to put big sentences or whatever, but it really does help the video get promoted out there, and it helps the channel massively. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Nice.
Bye.